I just wanted to add something about that whole conversation about agnosticism and skepticism. I made a video about that yesterday, and I'll put it below. If you haven't seen it, you should probably see it. It's interesting, I think. Or at least I thought it was interesting enough to share it. But anyways, the main point is a lot of people were talking about how it's not important, or some people think that it's not important because it's sort of like a cop-out. Like, why say that you're agnostic about this? Why not about Thor or Zeus or any number of these things? I think the importance of taking an agnostic approach towards religion or any number of things, like if it's skepticism with politics, like not just believing the politics that you're told, or not just accepting the moral taboos of your day. Anything where you step outside the boundaries of where you're presented, anything that involves skepticism. I think the reason why that's important is because even if you believe 100% that you are correct, it's important to listen to what other people say. Because if you're listening to them, that tells the person that you're talking to that you legitimately care about their perspective. If you just talk to them like you're teaching them, like I'm going to preach to you, like I know the truth and I'm going to teach it to you and you better listen. A lot of people don't like that because you're essentially talking down to them. The only way to really get someone to listen is talk to them on equal grounds. Like, I'll share my perspective with you, you'll share yours with me, and we'll just all have a great time. And that's the best way to get your point across, even if it's someone who has a crazy conspiracy theory that the planet has been taken over by aliens. If you want to talk to them and not just make them look like an idiot, listen to what they have to say, listen to their arguments, and then form an argument against that. Don't take the I'm going to preach to you approach. And I feel like if you take a strong stance on something and wear it on your sleeve, people hold that perspective of you, and it'll make them less likely to actually listen to you. And when you hold the agnostic approach, even if people view it the wrong way, like, oh, you just don't know, even if that's the wrong way of putting it, if people think that's the way it is when they hear you say it, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because then they're more likely to open up discussion with you. And it's like, okay, well, I'm a bit skeptical about these things that you're saying. Let me share my thoughts about that. That's my opinion. I just think it's the best way to go about it if you're in the business of talking about these things and trying to influence people's minds. I think that having the skeptical approach rather than the non-belief approach or belief approach, I think that's the best way to go about it.